Bro, what the fuck? Whoa!
Yeah. Pain. Yeah. Hey. I just wanna touch the tide, baby said that she in love and she don't love the lie. Been chillin' with all the birds, I've been above the spot. Shawty said that things change, well it does a lot. Hey, watching out the payment, man, the sun is high. Yeah, lost inside the heart, but it's emerging right. I've been out the way and I'm good, I can find my home. Everything I said it was is not. Yeah, Jamaica, how you layin'? Yeah, you ain't say none, what you saying, baby? I lost you, but who's paying? Don't know why you hit my phone, why you playing? Yeah, I can't handle it without the trusting, yeah. I can see the top, I wanna touch it, yeah. We been getting money, no discussion. Now I don't let it top, but shorty always get the fussing, yeah. Hey, I like to cruise on it. Say she like the way I sound and how I groove on them. I been steady dodging bullets, how I move on them. But he talking out his neck and not a crew on them, yeah. And I'm sliding, shawty like the vibe, don't want the right to end, yeah. To the nice end, yeah. To the nice end, I can always keep the cool, I'm never fighting. Man, I love is all the cake without the icing. Now I found new love, different pricing, and it won't cost my soul, no devices. Yeah, I ain't got a plan for it, I'm the man for it. Selling Brody couldn't stand for it's very important. I've been off the edge, I've been feeling the wind blowing. I can lose my head and my heart, but they been gone. I just hit the edge of stairs when it's dead time. I just lost promises, I regret mine. I just get a lot of love on the west side. I'm the go, but I would never be the best guy. You might take me out of business like I'm Best Buy. Talk about the go to maybe soon, I know that's right. Yeah. Talk about the go to maybe soon, I know that's right. Thinking about the future, looking good, and it's the best side.
Oh, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Ride the Tide Sports Podcast. My name is Ty Kell, your host today, and I am with Luke and the Wanderer here to talk to you guys before Super Bowl Sunday, which is this weekend. I know some of you may have forgotten because, hey, we have 2 weeks in between there, and they slap a really shitty Pro Bowl in your face the weekend in between, just to remind you there is still football. But, hey, NFL is ending tomorrow with the Super Bowl between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles. And so that's primarily what we're based around today, as well as UFC. Jesse, if there's any NBA trade deadline stuff you'd like to bring up, be my guest. If Dylan were here, he'd probably have all of it shoved down my throat. But because he's not here, I don't have to do it. And I honestly don't want to. So it would be totally up to you.
I can just give him the juiciest bits.
Exactly. See, that's all I need. I don't need Dylan's spiel of every single player and all of the second round picks that got dealt.
And the other guys that are big.
The one thing I do want to mention, do you know how many second round picks were traded total?
I think it was like 15 or 20.
Higher.
Really? It was like 30 or 27?
Higher.
No. I feel like I watched all day. It was really that many?
It was higher.
It was like 40?
Luke, any guesses? It was higher.
No.
Yeah, I know the exact number. You're getting close, though. You're really close.
53 on the dot.
Lower.
47.
Lower.
43.
44. 44 second-round picks were traded on the final day of the NBA trade deadline. I think that is insane. And also, the new cryptocurrency of the NBA is second-round picks.
I guess so. Shit.
Because they're just throwing those bitches around left and right. Here, you're going to have 5 second-round picks, 6 second-round picks, 4 second-round picks. Absolutely.
It's a whole new second round now.
We're going to get into today's podcast by starting with some NFL news. The first thing we have is Tom Brady files the paperwork with the NFLPA, making his retirement official in the NFL, meaning he will not do the hoorah of coming back. Tom Brady is now also eligible for the NFL Hall of Fame in 2028. So it is official that Tom Brady is not coming back. Now, let's talk about a quarterback that is coming back and has a good plan. I want to talk about this because I think that it matters a lot to one person on this podcast in particular. So Tua Tagovailoa announced that after the birth of his daughter, that he will now be doing judo every Friday to help understand his body and how to fall so that he doesn't continuously keep getting these conky problems in the NFL. So I know this is good news for Luke. I want to hear Jesse's take on this too, but he is now doing judo outside of football to make sure that he will be fully ready for everything that he has to do come next NFL football season when he leads Miami to a not Super Bowl because the Lions are going to win it, but to the playoffs. Luke. Muted. Sorry, sir. I don't think I did this, but you are muted.
He's going to be leading the Finns to the Super Bowl. He's going to have to lead me to a back-to-back championship ride because we all know now who my fantasy quarterback is going to be now that he's going to be returning because I love it. He's doing judo. Love to hear that. He's learning how to fall. Like, that's great news. So he won't just be flopping his head back and smashing on the ground anymore. He needs to do that. He needed to do that before the end of the last season.
You know, this is like somebody learning meditation to calm themselves better. I'm here for it if it's going to help Tua. He's probably going to end up doing a lot of turtle shell falls. And I just hope he doesn't because, you know, judo's got some defense in it. What if somebody's going in for the sack and he gets rid of the ball and he's like,
hey, that would kind of be awesome. That'd be kind of awesome. You just see a defensive lineman running at Tua and Tua just pieces him up with the ball in one hand. He's like, but we also have one more quarterback to talk about real quick, and it's only because he's the weirdest mother effer that anyone's ever met. Aaron Rodgers is going on a retreat where he'll be sitting inside of a completely dark box, no light, nothing, for 4 days, I believe. You get 2 meals a day. You can leave whenever you want, but he is going to sit in this dark box for 4 days, get 2 meals a day, and he says that the effects of sitting in this box really help you sit and think with your thoughts and, you know, figure some shit out in your head. But also it triggers the effects that DMT provides to the body. And so there's a lot of psychedelic shit going on. So what do you guys think of this latest excursion of Aaron Rodgers and the abyss that he is?
Inverted white rooming is crazy. First, second, I can't even call him one of the most normal people we have in the NFL. He's like the
crazy drug addict guy on the corner.
Never can. And you're like, how did he become a professional athlete? Like, we remember him smoking in First Hour.
We remember when Aaron Rodgers brought the crystals to First Hour and was talking to him in the back of the room.
Like, we never thought he'd really get there. Wow. No disrespect to the ganja, but Jesus.
For real. Luke, any thoughts on sitting in this box for 4 days? Just another one of Aaron Rodgers' little things.
I'd love to say this is the first time I've heard about this, but I'm pretty sure the previous heavyweight champ, Yuri, has done this too. Pretty sure a couple UFC fighters have done this. And, you know, I mean, it won Yuri a belt. Yuri belt started a big journey for him. This is actually not the weirdest or worst thing because, I mean, for some people, this shit actually works and gets them back on a better focus. And maybe he'll figure out what team he wants to go to. Or if he wants to stay in Green Bay.
What it's all about. Who knows? Maybe that's all that it's about is whether or not he will stay or if the box will tell him to leave. We'll find out. But we had some NFL honors announced as well. We're not going to talk about we don't have to talk about all of them because there's some that aren't really, you know, too important, like assistant coach and ground player. But hey, we'll talk about a couple. First, I want to talk about though is Aiden Hutchinson not getting Defensive Rookie of the Year. It was given to Sauce Gardner, another Michigan native. But the question I have is, was Hutch robbed on this one? I know that stats are primarily what you have to go off of in sports. And in most stats, almost all stats, Aiden Hutchinson was better than Sauce Gardner. I know that the argument on the other side is that, oh, well, they didn't throw it to Sauce Gardner. Well, the Jets were also running a cover 3. So there was a lot of zone, and there was a lot of times where the receiver that was closest to Gardner caught the ball, but it wasn't counting against Gardner because it was a cover 3 and no one was really close to him. So didn't count against him. However, I think that Aiden Hutchinson could have possibly gotten robbed here because Pepsi obviously came out before the NFL honors and gave Aiden Hutchinson Rookie of the Year in their mind, straight up Rookie of the Year. So with that being said, I think that that's already a kind of a sign like, oh, someone's giving him Rookie of the Year. But the Defensive Rookie of the Year voting was 46 votes for Sauce Gardner, 3 for Aiden Hutchinson, and 1 for Tariq Woolen. Now, I just want you guys to look at this map real quick as to where the votes came from. How in the world is the New York guy not going to win? Tell me that right now. How does the New York player not win when these are where the votes come from?
We were set up to fail.
All right. So that's reason number 2 why I think that it's absolute bullshit. And the third one is Aiden Hutchinson had 9.5 sacks. Sauce Gardner had 0. Granted, Sauce Gardner doesn't blitz, but hey, cornerback blitz, you can get a sack. Aiden Hutchinson had 3 interceptions. Sauce Gardner, you only had 2, my guy. Come on now. Anyone else care to weigh in on this?
I think it's bullshit. A man who plays CB and is supposed to be intercepting the ball a lot got outpicked by someone on the D line. Like, what the fuck? That's some bullshit. I'm sick. Hutch had a lot of sacks. Hutch had some picks, and I'm pissed.
I do respect everything Hutch did for Detroit in the season he had, but I think we all knew Sauce was going to win it after he got all first team. Because they weren't going to put a rookie on the all first team defense and not give him Defensive Rookie of the Year.
All right, well, they fucked up by not putting Aiden Hutchinson on that same exact bitch then. You know what I mean?
And I feel like why
was Aiden Hutchinson not first team all pro?
They didn't feel like he was one of the best edge players.
And that's bullshit.
I don't know. I don't think Hutch was robbed.
First team all pro rookie team. Put him on there.
You made
he was robbed.
You made the rookie.
You don't think that Hutch was robbed though?
I don't think so.
All right. Detroit,
I think it was like a 4.9 and a 5 with the way things came out the season.
That's tough because Sauce was the 4.9.
He led the league in passes.
Yeah, but they didn't get to him that much. How do we know? How are we supposed to know if he's actually good?
He doesn't need to. The best corners.
They got to throw it to him.
Gilmore definitely. Revis, he got thrown to because people were like, "Sit your 5'9" ass down." He's 5'9". You're not gonna. Oh shit! He's actually got up there. Damn.
Yeah, he would though. Some other NFL honors worth mentioning. Patrick Mahomes wins NFL MVP. Justin Jefferson wins Offensive Player of the Year. Nick Bosa, Defensive Player of the Year. Like I said, Sauce Gardner gets Defensive Rookie of the Year. Garrett Wilson gets Offensive Rookie of the Year. Coach of the Year goes to Brian Daboll of the New York Giants. And Comeback Player of the Year goes to Geno Smith of the Seattle Seahawks. Anything that you disagree with?
You know, I'd only disagree if Tua finished the season because, damn, he got knocked down hard and he was coming back hard. But, you know, you got to give it to Geno for kind of what he did.
Yeah.
I feel like
Tua didn't come back. So he came back, but then he died again.
Geno Smith, he came back from being below average. Like, he wasn't a starter for a long time. He was washed. and then he had a pop-off career. But I feel like what kept him down to come back was himself not performing. So I feel like somebody.
Well, there's also the fact that he was playing behind Russell Wilson, who was the idol, like the Matthew Stafford of Seattle, who honestly you're never gonna play unless he gets injured, which is the only times that Geno Smith ever played was when he was injured.
That's when they brought him over. He had already had time in other places underperforming.
Yeah. But I think that Seattle's game script, game plan is just the way that Geno is meant to be playing football. They have the right setup over there, right scheme for him. But one more thing I want to mention about the NFL is that Taylor Heineke speaks out about his role in the NFL, saying, "I want to be a starter, but I think personally being a backup quarterback is the best job in football." Taylor Heineke thinks that is the best job. Straight up. I totally respect that too. He's like, look, I would love to start, but being a backup is probably the greatest job because you're not in harm's way. You can just come in when the other guy's not good and win the game for your team and then retreat back to your safety. And then everyone loves you and you're good. But at the same time, you don't have to get too good. Year.
Talk to Tampa.
3 times a year.
Talk to Tampa.
Yeah, see, exactly.
Tampa. They're in need of a quarterback. Speak with them. I think you'd be nice over there. Heineke in the white and red. A little bit of orange.
Just a little bit.
Just a hint.
Luke, what do you think?
It's hard.
Is that the greatest job in sports or in
it
football?
Could be.
I think it might be.
I watched Blue Mountain State, and Alex Moran said that he was striving to be the backup because he didn't have to play every game. He could just go in or just sit there and chill, enjoy all the perks of being a actual quarterback, but not really being the quarterback. So I think Taylor Heineke. He watched a little bit of Blue Mountain State, saw some Alex Moran, and was like, you know what? He ain't wrong. I want to do that shit.
Just becoming the real life version of Alex Moran. Hey, that's not honestly the worst way to go about it. I'm not going to cap. But those are all the NFL news aside from Super Bowl stuff that I have to throw at you. So if anyone else has anything else NFL they'd like to throw, please throw it now.
I don't think I have anything to throw.
That's absolutely fantastic. Here we go. Coming up next, we got Tycho's question. What's going on, guys? Tycho here, taking a quick break in the action to tell you about sixpackcoverage.com. You can go on there and check out all your favorite sports, finance, food and travel, fitness, and entertainment podcasts. They've got it all on there, as well as content from all of your favorite colleges, with more on the way and more added every day. So make sure you check that out, as well as the merchandise tab. Be sure to get all of your six-pack coverage gear at the merch tab there with the hats, flags, all that good stuff. Make sure you guys check it out today, sixpackcoverage.com. We do have Wild Fuller 125 coming in with the Tua conversation that was going on. Tua is going to be falling with the grace of a cat next year, and we love it. Cats always land on their feet, so hey. We'll take it. Jesse, did you have one more thing you wanted to?
No, I thought about it in my head. I was going to say Brian Dabble didn't deserve to get Coach of the Year, but with the injuries,
he kind of did.
Daniel Jones is your quarterback. He kind of did.
He kind of did. All right, we got the questions coming up next. All right, it's time for Tycho's Tub O Questions Super Bowl edition. So we will get right into it. I think I got some good ones. I got some props for you guys. These are all props. And then obviously the last question is who will win this Super Bowl this year. But let's start it off with question number 1. The first touchdown type in the Super Bowl, what will it be? Will it be a pass, which is minus 150? Will it be a rushing touchdown, which is plus 150, or will it be any other method of touchdown plus 900?
This is actually hard because it's really going to depend on which team is going to get that touchdown first. Because if it's the Chiefs, it's going to probably be 90% a pass, and if it's the Eagles, Hurts is probably going to run it in. But you know what? I'm going with the Chiefs getting it. We're going with pass.
All right, Jesse, what do you got? Pass, rush, or other first touchdown type in the Super Bowl?
I'm gonna take a rush because I think the Eagles are gonna score first.
Yeah. Can I change my answer? It's about to be a pick six. It's gonna happen. It's Super Bowl, baby. Wild shit has been happening all playoffs, and you know what? We're about to see a defenseman run that bitch into the end zone for the first touchdown.
Darius Slay, question mark? I personally am going with a rush. I think that either Patrick Mahomes or Jalen Hurts, one of the two of them, is going to be the first one to score a touchdown, and they're going to spike that bitch, and everybody's going to go nuts. And that's because these are the two MVPs of this game. One of them is going to win MVP, and I think one of them is going to get the first touchdown. So that's where I'm at. Second question we have: total game turnovers for both teams combined. Will it be over or under 2.5 turnovers in this game? Jesse.
Under. We're going to have some clean ball today. There might be one. But not over.
I keep thinking I'm going to be seeing a lot of clean games, and then I never see clean games, so I'm going to hit the over on that one.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of iffy on this one. I'm going to go under only because I think it's going to be cleaner, but I think if it was an outdoor game, it would be different. But because they play the Super Bowl inside, I think it's got a chance to be cleaner. But I could see 3 interceptions. I don't know if the ball's going to be flying like a fumble too much, but we'll see. All right, the next question. The next two are based on the quarterbacks in this game. We'll start with Luke on this one. Will the longest completion by Patrick Mahomes be over or under 37.5 yards?
Over.
MVS 50-yard catch is coming at some point in this game. Over.
All right, seems unanimous agreement on that one. The second question, we'll start with staying on Jesse for this one. The longest rush by Jalen Hurts, will it be over or under 13.5 yards? Based on the injuries and whatnot, they haven't wanted him to run, but it's the last game of the year. Will he go over 13.5 on any rush plays?
It's going to get something dirty, like 14-17, so I'm going to get over. I think he'll have over.
Yeah, it's probably going to be an over, and it's going to come off a broken-ass play where he's going to want to throw it, and then, there's no options, and then, look at that, he's 15 yards down the field.
Yeah, I think that's totally possible. So, all right, next one we have up. Number 5, who will have more receiving yards in this game? A.J. Brown or Travis Kelce?
Travis Kelce, easily, because A.J. Brown is going to have less yards than Devontae Smith.
Ooh. I think Devontae Smith's going to be the one for the Eagles.
Hot today. I mean, tomorrow. Sorry.
Dude.
Luke, what do you got? A.J. Brown or Travis Kelce? If it was receptions, I think it'd be easy for me to say Travis Kelce, but yards, it could only take 2 catches for A.J. Brown to double Travis Kelce's yards.
They really connect on that long ball. Oh, shit. You know what? I'm going to say A.J. Brown.
All right. I'm leaning A.J. Brown, too, on that one, if I had to give my opinion. Number 6, whose family is shown first in the broadcast? Is it the Kelce brothers' mom, or is it Mahomes' wife and brother?
Kelce's mom. Donna's about to get on that screen.
Yeah, if anything, they're about to overshow the Kelsey's mom. So I'm going with Kelsey. I know that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because of that,
Kelsey brother's mom is favored minus 750 to Mahomes' wife and brother, which is plus 424. So that's fair. Everyone agrees.
It's going to be an over show, and then she's probably going to be the first one on screen.
Question number 7. The national anthem, will it be over or under 126.5 seconds?
Who's doing it?
It is Chris Stapleton, a country singer. I personally am going over.
Yeah, Stapleton. He's not going to keep that boy under.
That man belts, bro.
He's going to do his thing, and he's going to go over.
I'll hit the over 2 on that.
Yeah, Chris Stapleton. It's just, if you listen to any one of his songs, this man just okay, like he's going over. So, question number 8. We're going to the halftime now. Halftime performance. What will Rihanna's opening song be for the halftime performance? At number 1, Diamonds is plus 220. Don't Stop the Music plus 245. We Found Love plus 350. Lift Me Up plus 430. Believe It plus 455. Where Have You Been plus 500. Umbrella plus 645. Work plus 800. Hate That I Love You plus 1,000. Cheers plus 1,000. Live Your Life plus 1,400. And Bitch Better Have My Money plus 1,500. What is Rihanna's opening halftime song going to be?
Give me the plus 1,500.
Bitch Better Have My Money to open the show?
I was going to say Shine Bright Like a Diamond, but that's too basic. I don't think it happens.
Name me the top 4 again.
Top 4, you have Diamonds at number 1, Don't Stop the Music at number 2, We Found Love at number 3, and Lift Me Up at number 4.
Oh. Damn, I'm kind of mad that also Halo wasn't listed, but I might have to go with Diamonds.
Diamonds number 1 at plus 220.
I'd love to put
That's a good pick.
I think we might see something crazy, not even on the list.
Yeah, that's very possible. Especially because she could have some other people going in there. But hey, personally,
that slide, bro. You're not. That's a Beyonce song, bro.
Oh well.
Halo is a Beyonce song. So you probably won't hear that one.
Sorry.
Okay, you're gonna see Beyonce come out and open it up.
That would ruin this bet.
Actually,
no. The question still is, what will be Rihanna's opening song? So that still would not be Rihanna's opening song. That would be Beyonce taking the opening. But I'm gonna go with Umbrella, because why not? I need to pick one in the middle of the pack. Did you just discover a Rihanna song that you forgot about?
What?
Oh no.
I don't know.
Don't say Love the Way You Lie. Don't do it.
Love the Way You Lie.
You're not getting it.
Part 2.
I honestly, not a horrible idea to bring Eminem with you, but hey, I don't think it's going to happen. All right, we got 2 more questions. These 2 are game related. One is right before the game. One is the game. Coin toss, heads or tails. Who's winning the game? Those are the final 2. I'll give it to you both at the same time. Jesse, heads or tails, and who's winning the game?
This one is going to be a heads Super Bowl. And the team that chose tails will be the Eagles, and Kansas City will start the game how they'll finish the game. First. How about in the lead? Call it how you see it. Chiefs will win the game.
Heads will never leave you dead. Give me heads.
And who's winning the game?
Well, I've been saying it all year. We're going to finally see it happen. I'm going to have to do it.
Gonna have to. Here it comes, folks.
We're cooking
If you're
it up
ready for it.
because the Chiefs are hitting that minus 20.5 spread because we're going to see some fuck shit. It's going to open up with the Chiefs defense getting a touchdown for the first touchdown of the game, and then it's just going to keep on stacking.
I'm done with this guy. Take me off the broadcast.
It's gotta happen. It didn't
Get
happen
ready
all
for it.
year. There's no other way.
It's time.
Look, I'm not saying it's personal, but it's like totally personal. I'm taking tails on the heads or tails though. I'm taking tails, but I'm still taking Kansas City. I would love to see a minus 20.5 because I'm putting my money on the money line for Kansas City. But hey, it hasn't happened all year. Why not do it in the Super Bowl? That'd be hilarious. But I am taking Kansas City money line. I think it will be closer than 20.5, but I can't not support Luke on this.
Listen, boys. Everybody's over here talking about. I'm gonna give you all the feet. Everybody's over here talking about Kelsey's probably gonna get the first touchdown. The first touchdown is gonna be to a receiver. Nah, I'm gonna give it to you like this. They're gonna be at they're not gonna be first and goal. They're gonna be like on the 20-yard line, 15-ish. They're going to have Travis Kelce on one side, and they're going to have that boy Justin Watson on the other side. They're going to have that double tight end set. And everyone's going to think it's going to Kelce. Justin. It's Justin. It was always him. It was always going to be the first touchdown scorer. You're going to bang him at plus 6,000. You're going to thank me later.
I disagree because, if the Chiefs offense, the first offensive touchdown for the Chiefs, because I have to say that, it's going to be Kadarius Toney. We're going to see it. And it's not going to get called back like half of his fucking touchdowns.
He's a tight end. I'm telling you.
Kadarius Toney. He's going to get that speed. He's going to go zooming into the end zone with that ball in his hand.
I think, listen, we got to remember them corners. On that Eagles team, they've been playing some good fucking ball, and they all got speed. Slowest one's probably Slay because of age. Not because of athleticism. But
I'm not disagreeing with that. But, Kadarius Toney got his own zoomies as well.
Kadarius Toney is probably going to catch a lot of attention from Maddox. Maddox, he's nice in that slot. They're going to have to work Kadarius outside, but I don't know. It's going to be a good game. I can't wait to watch the Super Bowl.
It's going to be like when they're close to the end zone, and then, Kadarius Toney is more able to use that speed quicker.
Oh, you're calling the wide receiver screen.
Yeah. Let's see it. I'm ready.
All right, folks. Well, that wraps up the NFL Super Bowl edition of Tyco's Questions, and with that, we will move on.
Well, you're going to see it! Goddamn, Zach!
Fuller 125 saying Mahomes could never cover the spread. Never. Well, hey, if you can cover at minus 20.5 for Luke, hey, you can cover for me. But hey, you can get the Chiefs at plus money for like the first time all year this year, except for when they played the Bills. So I think I'm going to take that opportunity while I have it. Next up, we have some UFC. We have a title fight tonight, and we have an interim title fight tonight. So let's get into the UFC coming up next.
Sports bettors, you need to download Sharps, the better social network. With Sharps mobile app, you can tail your friends' bets with one click. See a bet you like? Just click the whale tail icon, and boom, it will open in your corresponding sportsbook. Sharp securely connects to major sportsbooks like FanDuel, MGM, Caesars, and more, so you can not only track your bets, but share your bets in creative ways. So gather the gens, download Sharps for free, and join our fast-growing sports betting community.
Well, the time is here. It is UFC 283. I thought it was 4. I might have accidentally wrote 3. Shit. Yeah, we're going to have to change that by one number. Give me a second.
I can do that for you. You keep going here.
All right. Well, anyways, it's 284. It doesn't change the motivation and the hype for this because we finally have that Islam Makhachev and Alexander Volkanovski fight upon us today. But we aren't starting with that one because we have some cage side commentators, some octagon announcer, and desk analyst. Because for the cage side commentators, we have Joe Anik, Dominic Cruz, and Michael Bisping. Also, to mark this is the first time this trio is going to be calling a pay-per-view event together. They've done some fight nights, but not a pay-per-view. But we also got the man, the myth, the absolute legend, the man everybody loves to hear all around the world. Bruce motherfucking Buffer is going to be there inside the octagon.
That man was also slaughtered last night. I don't know if anyone else saw the video on Twitter, but he was like drunk as shit with some of the other UFC guys last night at the bar. There's a video on Twitter going around.
Hey, he's a dog. He loves to fucking be with everybody. Let's just say. And one of my favorite videos of him is seeing him doing a little cameo video for somebody to break up with one of his exes. And that was fucking hilarious because he did that whole fight thing. And, it was for a breakup. That was funny. But let's get on to the desk analyst because we got Brendan Fitzgerald, who will serve the host of the post-fight show. And then we got the Anthony Smith, Michael Chandler, and Laura Sanko, who will join the show as analysts. Laura Sanko is starting to make her name well known and starting to make some big moves up in the side of the UFC. But now it's time. Let's get into the fights. That's what we're all here for. Fight number 1, Jimmy Crute against Alonzo Menifield. This one is going to be. Ty, you might not like it so much if this goes a little bit my way, but it's okay. Might get to see him mulling. But Alonzo, he's a little bit of a sniper himself. He could potentially catch Crute and get his own little takedown in and try and win this fight. But I'm not thinking like that. I am taking Jimmy Crute at minus 190 to win this fight. He's been rolling a bit. I mean, well, not really a bit. I mean, he's kind of lost his last 2, but he's going to get back to his fundamentals. And Alonzo, he's a little bit of a scary.
He'll be fine.
But Crute is that guy, and he's going to come in here and get the dub. I'm on Crute.
I am Crute.
I am Crute. For fight number 2, we have Justin Tafa against Parker Porter. Tafa is a minus 125 and Porter is a plus 105. This is stand-up versus takedowns. Tafa is an absolute – he's just nasty with his hands. He could finish this fight early. Parker, I mean – if he gets the takedowns and everything and goes to decision, he's definitely taking this fight. But something, Tafa is unreal with his takedown defense. And the last time I checked, he was 100% on his takedown defense. That could change this fight. But I still believe in Tafa. I think he might end this fight with a little bit of a KO. But how these 3-rounders go. Nothing is ever promised. And for fight number 3, we have Jack Della Maddalena against Randy Brown. Maddalena is a minus 350 to Randy Brown's plus 260. And this one is a little interesting because Randy Brown, these odds are a little bit inflated a bit because the hype surrounding Jack is kind of putting him there. I mean, the last 4 fights, he's ended in the first round with a knockout. He's a rising star, but Randy Brown is also that dude who could stop that hype very easily. But that being said, I'm still on Jack to absolutely knock this fucking dude's lights out and win this bitch in the first round. because this is a standing bang against a striker who can also cement people. So Randy's going to have to kind of more rely on his ground game a bit more than stand up, because if he tries to stand up with Jack, he's going to be lights out on the canvas.
Well, then I have to say this. I'm taking Jack, and I hope that Randy keeps it 100% standing. Fuck him.
Then for
I
the
don't care about
main,
his personal health.
then for the main event, which is also an interim title fight to be the #1 contender, because Alexander Volkanovski is also fighting the same night, but in the weight class above, even though Volkanovski is the champion of this division for them.
Don't let this confuse you, folks. It confused me
don't let it-
earlier. Don't let it get to your head like I did.
That's a little confusing because, yeah, it's a title fight, woo, but I mean, it's literally just to be the #1 contender for if Volkanovski loses and has to come back. The winner of this fight is going to be fighting him first. And Yair Rodriguez opens up at a -185, and Josh Emmett is a +150. This one's going to be a good fight because we have creativity, slickness, like technique versus sheer power, which Josh Emmett is the sheer power, and Rodriguez is that sleek guy who is creative with his stuff, because I was watching some of his stuff, and he's a unique guy. Let's just put it that way. But Josh Emmett just comes in with that power, starts swinging like crazy. And you know what? I'm going to be backing Josh Emmett on this one. He's an underdog. I want to see that power prevail. He's an alpha. He's part of the alpha male fucking camp with Uriah Faber and a bunch of other champs. They just keep producing champs and great fighters. And I believe Josh Emmett could get this done. I think he's going to catch Rodriguez lacking a little bit. But that being said, let's move on to the main event, the real fight while we're all here. Oh, here we go. A little tug of war right there. But the main event is Islam Makhachev against Alexander Volkanovski. We've been waiting for this one. Will Volkanovski step up to the plate against the bigger man and get the job done? He loves to challenge himself. He loves to take that extra bite, but I think he took up a little bit too much to bite, because Islam Makhachev is absolutely nasty. He's been talking all week and everything about how he's going to knock Volkanovski out. I don't believe that for a second. Volkanovski doesn't believe that for a second. I think we see a takedown in the first 30 seconds. And, I don't think it's going to be as big of a mauling as we've seen in the past, because Volk he's a tough dude. He's a little shorter guy, but he's a little bit of a brute himself. He used to play rugby and all this other shit, but I think he's relying too much on his past rugby and is not focusing on the fight itself as much as he should. Islam, we're just gonna see him take him down, probably finish him in the third round. I think he's gonna choke him out, but we're not gonna see a tap from Volk, because I feel like last time he fought Brian Ortega, Ortega got him in a deep choke where he almost got put out, but he got out of there, and I think he got a shit ton of confidence from that, a little bit too much confidence, way too much confidence coming up against Makhachev, to where he thinks he's going to be able to get out of his chokes, and Islam just has a grip like no other, and his squeeze is just, you want to get caught in his squeeze, basically. So, I mean, Islam's going to put him out. He's going to probably pass out on the canvas, or Volkanovski's going to pass on the canvas from one of Makhachev's chokes. And that's how I think this fight is going to go. So that being said, I got Crute, I got Tafa, I got Medellina, and I got Emmett and Makhachev to take dubs this fight. We're going to have to continue this role we've started this year with our UFC fight picks. Yeah, Lewis kind of put us a little setback, but that was only one setback.
You just made the list!
He did make the list. I'm not betting on him ever again. God damn it, Lewis. You made me lose confidence in you, even though I still love you. But, we got to improve this record and make up for last weekend. And that's UFC 284.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have one more thing for you guys to wrap up today's podcast, and it wasn't going to be as special as it will be now, but we have Jesse, also known as the Wanderer, and his son Lucius here to give you guys the NBA trade deadline news.
I have my partner here with me today. You couldn't tell. He's me. Oh.
Yeah, I love it.
No, we had some big trades. It was some hefty trades. I know you guys had to see Kevin Durant to the Phoenix Suns. You know that it was crazy. Over there, it was only like 9 o'clock, but over here, it was like midnight. And I was like, "We're still doing business right now." And I had to think about it. I was like, "Oh yeah, it's like 9 over there." And I think they shouldn't have gave up Mikal Bridges, but I mean, it's Kevin Durant. I just feel like there's a reason, he's been looked at as a Slim Reaper and the man he is. At the time, he's been looked at like that. So, shit. Do you guys feel like this is what Phoenix needs to get them over a hump?
I think the hump of not being able to successfully get to the finals and win could definitely be helped by KD. Just, hey, KD, all I have to say personally is keep your foot off the fucking line this year, buddy.
His foot was on the line.
His foot was on the line.
Well, anyways, this gives me way more confidence when the Phoenix Suns make the playoffs, and I'm going to be going crazy for my Suns as they march through to get themselves a motherfucking ring. That's all I got to say, honestly.
And, that definitely was the biggest trade of the weekend that occurred, like, since Wednesday. But, shit, us Pistons, we got rid of Sadiq Bey.
Mm-hmm.
And
picked up our 5th big man.
Yeah. How do we feel?
I don't know what the game plan is for Troy Weaver. I listened to an interview with Troy Weaver on the radio the day after this trade was made. And all I learned from that is that I don't think this man has any idea what the fuck his plan is. I think that he's thought he had a plan for the last couple of years, and then the plan kept going like down the toilet because every year I feel like we're taking like our 2nd, 3rd, 4th best guy and shipping them somewhere else to bring in another guy that's less developed, less this, less that. Now, I know James Wiseman was a number 2 overall pick, but I think he's just the Warriors version of fucking Darko Milicic or whatever that fucking busted in Detroit back in the day. I think he's the Golden State's version of that. I hope I'm wrong. I hope that he blossoms here, but I don't know. Maybe he was just a really good, a good player on a really good team, so he didn't get the opportunity. But I don't know how this is going to go for us.
He agrees. I think that's why he has a lot to say if you can't hear.
That's what I was thinking too.
He's just, we agree that Wiseman, I understand he's young, so him being with a younger team will actually give him space to develop and like time to develop. But I don't know. If we're running like Bogdanovich at the 3, Durant at the 4, Wiseman at the 5, Cade, Jaden, it could work.
It could work. We just need Cade and Jaden to learn to play with each other also.
Yeah. It sucks because no one's getting time to really work with the main piece of the team because he's gone right now.
Because he's injured. Any other worthy NBA trades, Jesse? Russell Westbrook, I believe, is on the move again.
Yeah, he went to Utah in the Minnesota, LA, and Utah trade, where we saw the Lakers pick up some help that isn't help and is not going to push them over any type of hump that they're trying to get over. And it was really just moving Russell Westbrook and his contract for a player they got rid of 2 years ago. Solid defensive player in Malik Beasley, but Vanderbilt, I mean, he's just somebody so AD can get rest, I guess. But with that being said, Russell going to Utah, they're either going to buy him out or he's leaving after this year.
Yeah, I don't see that being a staying spot for him.
No.
And with that, we wrap up the NBA trade deadline if anybody wants more information on the NBA trade deadline, you can either go look it up yourself or you can personally call Dylan, and I'm sure that he will tell you everything that you don't want to know. Got one more thing before we wrap up today's podcast, and I will let Luke hit you guys with that information, and then we will get on out of here. Luke, the floor is yours, my friend.
All right. Well, on this podcast, we do it all the time, and we love to do it because we got one Michigan fan and 3 state fans. We got the duel in the fucking D. Now, Michigan and Michigan State have played 3 times before this yesterday and 2 times in December. And Michigan State took the first game, and then Michigan took the second game. And then last night, Michigan answered with a 4-2 dub at MSU. And now they play at 8 p.m. in Detroit at Little Caesars Arena. This is what all Michigan boys like. Michigan and Michigan State boys love to go see if they play hockey. If they love hockey, they love to go to the duel in the D. They play at 8 p.m. tonight, and we're really close to the end of the season before playoffs start, and these are big games to win. And Michigan State, this is gonna be a good matchup. It always is. It's always within. Well, the first 2 games were 2-1, both split like score-wise, and then Michigan got that 4-2 dub yesterday. It was probably an empty netter, let's be real. So it was another.
All right, you got Michigan?
Hockey game. And I got Michigan, and I'm assuming the other boys got Michigan State.
I got Michigan State. Went a little bit over on the time, but hey, have a great weekend, everybody. Enjoy the Super Bowl. Make sure you guys go check out the duel in the D if you got nothing going on, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace out.